my audio?
fucking gone. I'm gone. I'm
Everyone
not
else
even gonna
get
lie to
everyone
you.
else's audio.
I
Okay.
can't.
Anyways,
All I gotta do is look cute on cam, bro. That's all I gotta
Hey,
do,
that's
bro.
straight.
anyways, Diego, you were saying
Oh
your
my
what is your
god, I'm
Yo,
so
yo,
perception of
Ron, you
love?
recording?
Okay, so
Yeah, I'm
like,
recording.
okay, for backstory again, my parents are divorced.
no.
Uncles are fucked. Like, like I don't have like a lot of immediate close family. It's just like literally me, my brother, my mom. So like, everybody's fucked around me, right? I don't really have a good perception of what like love is, and like
Me,
fucking high
nigga.
school cringe relationships didn't help, right? So like, I have this
What's up
fucking
on you? What's up?
fugazi, like I don't understand. Like, I feel like love is something like you really can't know you have because it's like a mutual thing, and like you really don't know because you can't really trust somebody's words. You just have to feel it out. That just fucking waters down the meaning of it so fucking hard.
I
Like
agree.
I hate when people say that, and like I hate when like let's say you have friends that say, "Oh, I love you guys." I mean, you don't really love us. You just love the idea of having us, right?
No, like that's what I be
Let-
telling this nigga John.
Hold up, hold up. Let
Nigga,
me let me let me
that's why I forever
hold
say
up.
I don't believe in love,
Cause
bro.
I
But
no
the
no
thing
no
is,
no no
but
no,
the
let
thing
me
is,
finish,
but
let me finish,
Okay.
let me finish.
okay,
Cause
Let
as
How
a
you
him
gonna
let
no
person,
him
no because
finish.
how
it's
you
cause
gonna speak for
Let
let
him
me
me
finish,
and
let me
know
finish.
what the
finish.
fuck I'm
He
Cause
asked
doing?
no,
me
I
the
I'm not talking
question.
about you. I'm talking about like
Hold up,
how I
cause
perceive it.
I
No, no, I'm talking
hold
about how you.
Okay,
I
'cause
hold up,
how
let me
I
hold
finish,
up,
do
let me
it
finish.
I'm not talking about how I
hold up,
I say
perceive
that
it.
hold up.
specifically
the
because I
fuck?
hold the word love
That's how I
at
feel.
such a fucking high
I get no. Hold
pedestal.
up.
It's
Let me explain.
insane, and it literally
A lot of
ruins
work.
my interactions with a lot of things.
Okay, hold
Are
up,
you
hold up,
saying people using
hold
the
up,
like I love you too
Wait,
casually?
no,
Or
hold
like
you
up.
the
Let
thing
me
is,
let me let
Yeah,
me finish. Let me finish. He asked me
you
a
know I be
question,
waking
so
up to
I'm
this
gonna go
shit.
next.
yeah,
I'm gonna go
down.
next
okay,
because
I'll go after. I'll go after.
Nigga, what
he
the
asked me the
done?
question on what I perceive love as, and to me, I've touched on it a little bit briefly, but like to me, love is about. I think you talked on about it too, but to me, love is the mundane. Okay, like love is the idea that I can sit in the same room as you, okay, and not have to feel the need to fill the silence, okay? I don't want to feel that way. I don't ever want to feel like I need to do something. When I think of love, I think of it as the idea
That shit
of
fucked with my eyes too,
unconditional.
going you.
Yeah,
I'm with you on the idea where it's like one of those things where it's hard to truly tell because it is a thing between two people, right? When I think of love, I think of like I
John, we're
always like
recording.
almost in a weird sense, I think of like how my parents act. You know, like when my mom asks me if I need some shit, right? It's like it's kind of like that one like meme, I guess, that I think I've said in the chat before, where it's like, "Good morning, mom. Let's get this bread," and then the mom texts back and is like, "Send me a pic of what send me a picture of what bread you want, honey, and I'll pick it up for you at the store." It's that like kind of like you don't even need to think about it and you do it. It's the idea where you don't even need to or it doesn't matter how insane. It's about like to kind of like recollect my thoughts here before I start going on a rant. It's really about that like trust, that like that unconditional trust, and like just want in a sense to like make someone feel happy, and even if like you're not a part of that happiness, I guess the more
like,
important part
can somebody
is
like
about it too, because like it's like I'm very picky when I use the word love too, because I know, like, I've given some examples already, but like I know that's what love means to me. You know, that's how I define love, but every person defines love differently. And that's why I'm super careful about when I use that word as well, because if it's an inanimate object, I'm not as careful. I'll tell you that
yeah, I
like
get that. I
I
love
love
this. I love ice cream.
like
I love
you know what I mean?
yeah, I get
It's
that.
I
like
love my dick.
I'm gonna say like love is also about like is about liking in a sense all the downsides of something too. Like when
Exactly.
I say like I love Kingdom Hearts, right? I know Kingdom Hearts is shit, has shit writing, and has a bunch of awful things to it. but at the
nigga
end of
really
the
love that
day,
game, don't you?
but at the end of the day, I'll still say I love it because I think all those downsides adds to the charm. You know what I mean? I think love also comes down to that idea of perfection. You know what I mean? To
Dude,
go
I got something to
rant,
say about
to
that
rant a little bit more about
because
my views because you know there's no such thing as perfection. And I remember one time when I did fall in love with a girl, it was because I had this image in my head about her, okay? I had this image built in my head after
Mhm.
talking to her for like almost like 8 months basically. And when we went on our when we actually went on a date basically, she proved that image wrong, like so wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And
Are you fucking? You're kidding?
and
Oh fuck me.
and I like it still almost like it hits different when I look back on it because that night, that week, I guess, I had this giant epiphany
Right.
because I realized that there's no such thing as perfection. I was building this crazy
Exactly.
image in my head about her,
that
and when
was
it
like,
wasn't, and
Wait,
when
wait,
it
wait,
wasn't
wait, wait.
wait, was that
when it
I've
wasn't
had.
met, when that image wasn't met, I was still happy. I
Wait,
it
wait, yeah, yeah.
as
There we
a
go. I
matter
was
of
gonna say
fact,
that. I had
as a
that
matter
similar.
of fact,
wait,
I
hold up,
was
Wait, but
Diego,
Ganyu wanted to
I
say
was
Had
something.
a
Ganyu,
similar
wait, hold
I
up.
was
scenario.
Diego, Ganyu
hold
already.
on.
Ganyu wanted to say
I
something.
was I was beyond thrilled that she didn't meet it because
Exactly. Right.
because it was like in that moment in that week that I realized that
Wait, this is so
perfect
much better
the
though.
idea of perfection and like imperfection go hand in hand because it's like it's all those imperfect little quirks that make her
Ah,
perfect. You know what I mean? That
dude,
make that
that's
person
how I
who
view
they are.
everything.
And
That.
That's
I
literally how I view
I'm gonna
everything.
continue my rant a little bit more because
Hell no,
there's
nigga. Wait, hold
hold
up,
on,
Diego.
let me finish. Let me give you one
I want to
closing
work
mark.
on
Okay,
it.
let me give you one closing mark.
All right,
Okay,
all right, all right.
there's a reason why Goodwill Hunting is in my top 10 favorite movies. It's like it's in my number 2 spot, right? It's because there was a line when fucking Robin Williams was talking about his wife. It was the one
Oh
impromptu
yeah,
it was
with
like
the,
one of
the
the
mhm.
impromptu scenes, and he said love is about all those stupid things that no one else sees, that only you have the
You
right
only
to
yeah.
see.
Oh, I love that movie
That
too.
you know what I mean? I think I forgot the exact lines, but Robin Williams is like, I would lay in bed with her and she would fart in her sleep or some shit like that. It was the stupidest shit like that, but that's like to me that's what love is. It's about all those
I
imperfect.
I I,
It's
I
about all that trust. It's about all that sacrifice and that willingness to even take the ugly with the good and realize that, you know what I mean? Like no person on this earth, like no matter how much people want to drive this idea of like not this is gonna sound I'm gonna like previous ones not race but like the idea of like good and bad, like that black and white idea, right, of just like you know what I mean, you're either evil or good, because no one on this earth is evil or good. Everyone, no matter how terrible they are some shade of gray, you know what I mean, and it's about accepting that, you know what I mean, and that's genuinely what love is to me, I guess.
All right,
And
Diego. What were you trying to
that's
say
the
to
end.
this nigga?
I was trying to say that after getting to know those things, those quirks, those mundanities, it's where like a crush turns into like straight up affection, right?
Or you mean
Cause
infatuation?
like exactly like in high school, you know this cute girl, blah blah blah. It's a crush, right? Cause you only know how she looks, how she talks, right? The basic things. But like, let's say when you get older, you just get to know somebody, you get all their quirks and whatever. That's just it's different at that point. Like you get to know somebody, and then you think about it, like that only makes it better.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute, it's not perfect. You're not just one sided. It's just you're multidimensional, and that's interesting. That adds a deeper layer. I just want to know more.
No
And
cap.
you're like, damn, bro.
All right, Kanye.
Okay, so like,
It's all
bro,
you, bro.
what I was
It's
trying
all
to say about that whole how to see love thing is like, me personally, when someone ever like, even though I know y'all mean it, and when I say it to, I mean it back. It's just like whenever someone says it to me, it puts me off because
I
like
feel it.
it's like to me it's like that words.
Why?
I I don't know. It's just I guess maybe how I was raised or how I just started thinking about things like what is like love really like like it just somehow puts me off because I don't think someone could just like easily just have love
You
for someone just like
unconditionally, I guess.
not
Yeah.
unconditionally just like
I
just
was gonna
say
make a bad
I
joke.
could see someone you say
Like
you have respect for them or that you like them as a person but like
like you
to
as a
me love is
person.
something like super serious that means you're just like that's something that you're just like super down with and like because like John when you first said that to me like early on when I was first meeting you
I mean, as an
to,
example. Oh my god.
like that kind of put me off because I was like I know I've known you for a good amount of time but this is like I don't know if I've known you really that deeply to be like yeah I can reciprocate that it's not even that I have a problem with you saying that's like can I reciprocate that feeling back to you as
I
my
feel that.
friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's something I
Sure.
have to like question for myself to be like,
That's
do I
fair.
love John as like can I actually
Okay.
say can I say that?
Get
And
myself.
then it's
Yeah.
like then it becomes a problem because then you're saying that to me, but I don't think I can say that to you because I don't know if I mentally can.
Say that. Yeah.
You're true.
I
It's okay.
And
Whatever.
that
yeah.
question that you're proposing
That's
to
what I put
yourself,
out there. We can have
I've
a
literally
super
asked myself that towards other people. Like can I say that and know that they can say it back to me? I
Yeah.
don't think I have many people that I can say that to, but like the few that I can think of, I'm pretty sure that they can, right?
Yeah. No, I definitely get it.
That's
I definitely.
personally that's personally why like normally if I like bring up the topic of love, I always say I have love for y'all over just saying I love you. Cause like having love for someone and even though they kind of go hand in hand, I feel as though like having love for someone is like you feel me. You do love them, but it's just a I don't know how to fucking properly
I know.
explain it.
Like
I see
that.
how you see it, Ron. It's like I feel like the certain phrasing makes it seem a lot more deeper. But
Yeah,
even
It
though there's
makes it.
both deep, and I both mean them. Like when I say
Cause
when I love y'all, I actually do love y'all niggas. Like I love and respect y'all people. But like when I say it to a singular person, I feel
It
that's like a way closer
it's a
it's
different thing.
because
connection.
It's a
exactly
very different thing.
it's because it
individual
becomes
instead of a
more
group.
Why?
intimate.
Because it's more
It
intimate than
because
saying
Yeah,
to
it
one
and then
person
it's
and
like
saying the whole group.
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
You're
just because
singling
it
out a
becomes
I mean,
specific
at the
yeah.
group.
same
Becomes a
time, like,
much
at what point
more
do you
intimate
separate
thing.
some individuality versus a group? Because, like, at the same time, the whole group can support you at some point, right? Cool, whatever. They're doing their shit. But an individual go out of their way to say, "Hi, how are you doing? Hey, you all right? Like, hey, you doing
Like
okay?" They're checking on you.
just be in the other side of the
Shit,
scenario, right?
the
Let's say you're
fuck?
in a group of friends and Ron comes up
It's
to you, he's
not
like, "I love
weird
you
to
guys,"
me.
right? That feels nice. But like, what if Ron comes up to you and says, "I love you, man," like individually, right? That just feels more impactful. It
exactly.
Yeah,
feels more solid. It's just that is that idea, right? That's why I don't like the idea of saying "I
I
love you guys." It's just
exactly. It's. I think in general,
I interpret it as I like the idea of you guys instead of yeah, I don't know. That's just how I think
I
about
think
it.
it comes down to a big thing because I remember I had a talk with
heard. Okay, cool.
one of my closest friends, and he said something similar where he's like, I don't like the word because it feels very weird to me. He was kind of talking about like the idea of trust, and he's like, is it truly like this, unconditional thing, or is it that like I've done things for you and that's what you like? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
about like what I've done for you.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
I feel like
I agree with that.
that's why I brought up trust and kind of like my rant is because it's like and why I agreed so heavily with you, Diego, when you said shit about like it's a two-way street because it's not about at the end of the day, like, if I were to come to one of you, let's say like every time something awful went wrong in my life, I went to John and I ranted to John and I was like, bro, like, oh my god, like this is the worst thing ever. And I fucking went on for hours every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking cried to John and John was there to comfort me, right? I would not call that love. That would be a one-way street where I'm listening to John, where John's listening. My bad, not, where John's listening to me, and he's just comforting me, right? And I think it's completely justified for someone to say that to someone else, right? To be like, to have that one way thing, but love doesn't become like, I guess, true.
It's
I'm
not
gonna say like,
love until it's
yeah, I'm gonna say
to
it doesn't become like true love in the sense, because I feel like people can feel love. And it doesn't need to be like
Sure.
perceived both ways. You know what I mean? But like true love is when
That shit
you
woke me
can
up.
when it's reciprocated. When
exactly.
that feeling goes both ways. So I think big time that's like one big thing, because it's like, you can genuinely feel like someone's done so much for you, and you can never repay the favor, and you struggle to that, to put those
Oh,
feelings into words about someone, right? Like you can feel that way, and they won't, and they don't even fucking like, they don't like
But
fuck
bat
with
an
you
eye
like
at
that.
you, yeah.
You know
That's
what I
just
mean? They don't
fuck.
fuck with you like that,
Like
but
how
that
how
can
do you?
that can definitely happen. It has happened. So it's just
Of
like,
course.
and
yeah,
it's just
somebody else
like,
is a new therapy
I
person.
think that's just like a
Not
like that's
me.
just like I guess like a big thing, just I guess that kind of like understanding. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost where I was going with this, but I think
John
what I
is
was
no
trying to say
longer
was
able
just
to
like
use as a therapy
that
person.
the what we were kind of going on about, like the idea versus like who you actually are, is like a big part of why that question of like, or that phrase of like, I love you, becomes kind of like a more,
Hold up.
like a more like,
Subjective and
like
rhetorical question than
exactly, kind of like a
anything
more
else.
like a harder thing to like say. It's very direct. It's so fucking intimate to
Yeah.
like kind of go to someone and say that to someone. You know what I mean? It's so intimate, and it's just like it's a lot easier for me to say like, you as a whole, like group, kind of all fit into that picture, because I could be like, think of it this way. It's like, I can go to Ganyu to when I don't want to talk about my problems. I can go to John when I do want to talk about my problems. I can go to fucking
What?
Diego
Okay,
when I
definitely
want, but
though.
when
Wait.
I want to fucking
ho-
ignore my problems. I can go to Ron when I want some shit to do. Like,
I
you
mean,
can.
I guess,
It's
but at the same
easier.
time, why
It's
does everybody
easier
have
to
to have a
say.
personal
It's
Yo,
growth? Is
so
what
much.
I'm
yo,
saying.
But that's
Zach,
why it's
yo,
easier
Zach,
to say
yo,
like,
Zach,
I
Kind
yo,
of
love
Zach,
y'all
yo,
weird.
Zach,
versus I love you. You know what I mean? That's
yo,
what I'm trying,
yo,
to
Zach.
get. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to do that. It's a lot easier.
Let John say what he has to say.
Alright, but
I
no,
don't
but yeah,
know. I just feel mad weird. Like at the same time, like I get that I'm a lot of people's therapy person. That's fine. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, cool. I've always been someone's therapy person. Like, I always like am willing to hear people out about their ideals and how they feel about something. Cool. Good.
me
Good for
too,
you.
John.
Like,
Me
I'm
too.
there for people because that's what I am. That's very much like me as a person. I like to calm people down. I like to hear people in their
Yeah,
bad situations, whatever. But at the same time, I'm not there the entire time to hear you fucking cry about shit. Whatever. I'm here to fucking laugh. At the end of the day, I'm here to fucking have a good time. I might be fucked up right now, but at the same time, I'm here to have a good time. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like, at the same time, like, at the end of the day, I'm here to laugh. Like, I'm not here to make myself sad or whatever the fuck. Like, I'm willing to hear you out with your problems and talk about your fucking problems and solve the problems with you. I'm here to work with you. But if you're not working with me, I'm not gonna work with you. That's how that's it works. It's a two-way street. If we talk about the same shit every fucking 5 days, I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna come back to you when you got that shit solved.
yes,
I'm not
yes,
Zach's
done.
on it.
I'm not doing
John,
that shit
actually,
for a
John,
fucking month. That's just mad annoying. I dealt with. Do you know how many people I have to therapy?
my God,
That's just
John,
mad fucking annoying.
stop. You're
that
hitting close
It
to
breaks
home,
you as
bro.
a person, honestly.
that
I'm
literally
just trying to have a good
goes
time. I'm really just trying to have a good time with my friends.
that
And if
goes
you need to
into
vent to me,
like
I'm fucking here for you. But
that
if
goes
you vent to me for like fucking 5 weeks in a row, pull that shit together. Get your shit together. Pull
You know,
yourself together. I
oh
don't
my
have time
God,
for that shit. But
that
I
that
definitely am here for you if you have a moment of weakness. Like, I'm fucking here. Like, what's up? Let's talk. Let's talk. Like, I'm here for you. That's what I'm here for. That's literally
yeah,
my whole
that
personality.
goes into
At the same
people
time,
being
I'm here to have a good
oh
time at
my
the same
god.
time. I'm here
that's
to
about
fucking to work with it with you at the same time, at the same period. But
that's
I'm not everybody's therapy person. I don't
yeah,
like being dumped on all the time. Like,
that
sometimes I'm
is
just here to have a good time, and that's okay.
John just wants to get dumped in.
that is
I'm not trying to
exactly.
get dumped. That's not the fucking point. The point is I'm trying to have a good time with everybody, and
It's
I'm trying to laugh. I love to laugh. That's my love language. Is to fucking laugh.
I think
And if you need to talk about something that's emotional, I'm gonna slide in first because that's me. That's how
Yeah.
I am. That's how I was built.
Yeah.
I didn't have the support system that everybody else had growing up, whatever the fuck. So I made myself the support system for all my friends.
yeah.
Cool.
I want
If
to
you want
make
to talk about that shit, cool. Like fucking fill in the role, whatever. I'm cool. I'm here for 2 hours. I'm here for the fucking day. I'm here for the fucking week. But if that shit gets a month, 2 months, 3 months, solve that shit out yourself. I'm done. I'm not doing that shit. I'm sorry.
It's funny that you
I'm a
say
grown ass
that.
man. I don't have time for that shit.
It comes down to self growth at that point. I see where you're
yeah.
getting at
Grow
because like
yourself. Like
Like
grow yourself. But
because
personally,
we're all
genuinely
adults here.
because
We're not
genuinely
all fucking
Hold
18
up.
anymore. It's not high school
I
anymore.
was gonna say I have a very quick point. I was just gonna say
Okay,
it just
bro.
it genuinely comes down to because like I've been that like I understand where you come from because I've been also that person. I love to meet people no
It's a
matter
love.
no
I love
matter
having
no
people. That
matter
shit's
no matter
so
how no
great.
matter how common like or similar people might be. I love finding the nuances of people. I love hearing people's experiences. I love it. I
Exactly.
genuinely love it. I'm definitely like even though I'm introverted, I love hearing people in that sense. I'm like extroverted in that sense. I
Absolutely.
genuinely like once I get out of my shot, I genuinely love hearing about everyone's experiences
All
because
right,
I
Diego.
what,
I don't know.
what I
It's
was just simply gonna say. What I was gonna simply say is that it feels
kind
genuinely
of
like
feel fucked up
I
very
guess
much so.
insulting when people come back to you in the same month. Like when people come back to you in the same month with the same fucking problems, or like even like 6 months later and they're still ranting about it, they're still making the same mistakes.
That
It's
shit gets
like,
old
why
real
the
quick.
fuck are
I'm
you
not gonna lie to
talking to
you.
me? It's because like to me it comes down to why the fuck are you talking to me? We're gonna sit here for 3 hours talking. I'm gonna you're gonna pour your heart out to me. I'm gonna pour mine out to you and try and give you the best fucking advice I can possibly give. And you're still gonna make the same like mistakes. Like what kind of shit is
If you're
that?
not gonna listen, like, okay, do you?
Exactly.
You're a fucking adult. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not
Exactly.
here. I'm here to guide you as long as you work with me. If you're not gonna work with me, I'm not gonna hold your hand. I'm fucking 23. I don't have time for that shit. That shit's mad exhausting.
I'm not your
I
keeper.
gotta be every day. No, your worth is so good. You're fine. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so here for you. Like, no, like you really don't deserve him. Like, I'm done, bro. I'm
Yeah.
tired. That's my whole life, bro. I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, it's been a week. I've helped you out. We talked about it. We've had a really good time. Whatever the fuck. And I made you laugh. Like, and we're gonna deal with it. Like, just talk to me. We'll steadily move through the process. But if you're not fucking moving with me, what's the point?
Exactly.
If you're not
Exactly.
fucking moving with me, like I'm feel like I'm stagnant. And as a person who does therapy for a lot of people, that's just gonna bog me down because everybody else is moving on, but you stuck in the same point.
Exactly. It's
We're
about
adults. We're adults. Everything in an adult world is about fucking moving on. It's about pushing yourself to be better than the person you were before.
All right.
yeah.
So Diego, do you have
Fuck.
you have something to say?
That's why I'm
Kinda.
kind
It's
of
just
pissed about
like
this dumb shit.
people are socially inadequate to realize that all they do is take, not give,
But I'm also
right?
not fake though. I'll tell you to your
That's
face.
what John's trying to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
And like, I come from the place where you just have to fucking hide all your shit, and like, even if you try to say some shit, you'll get made fun of.
See,
I mean, at the
that's where I
same
was trying to
point,
come from personally too.
Like,
When
wait, let
I
me
like,
want
finish.
to
Let me
say
finish.
like
Let me finish. Let me finish.
honestly,
all right, all right.
Like,
I want
this
to
week.
say,
Nah,
honestly,
nigga, shut the fuck up.
no, because like in the
Let me
adult world, like
finish.
getting made fun of, what is that? You're not a
Uh,
fucking adult. You're out of the high school system.
I
Live
don't
your
think
fucking
he's
life.
talking
Live your
about
life.
like
Live your
he
life.
wasn't talking about like being an adult. He's talking about like growing up.
yeah,
Growing up,
like,
are you
Yeah.
talking about the past?
Yeah,
not
he's
Yeah.
talking about
past
like
and
If you're
like
talking
how
about
present.
the past, then
he,
I'm sorry, John's
Because
kind of fucked up. But I'm just talking about
Cause
like
yeah.
we're
like,
adults now. That's high school shit.
cause
Bye.
like,
The
no,
fuck?
no, like, let's say
Live your life. Who
this
cares
couple
about
weeks have been hard.
limited life?
Like, I can't talk to that shit about my brother. My brother's not like that.
mm,
Mm.
Like, I tried to talk to that shit with my mom for the first time. It went decent, but like, even then, she didn't really get it, right? So it's still hard.
Yeah.
Like, some people are so inadequate to handle those type of situations.
wait,
Yeah. And I
is it
was
like is it something that you're willing to share? Is like just something like that's like family type shit?
It's not about family. It's about my personal
yeah.
All right,
reactions to
all right.
life.
and I was gonna say it.
Yes, and like I mean, I said it a little while. It's just new things that I'm going through. Growing up, right?
Yeah.
Fucking still a baby.
I was gonna say like,
So yeah, it's
and
just it's new.
and I was gonna say like one big thing is like, um, not I don't want to. This might come off as a tag. I don't want to sound like I'm attacking you, John, or anything. I was just trying to say
Oh
like,
fuck John, bro. Stinky
shut up.
musty
No,
monkey.
don't try me,
Shut up.
nigga.
Shut up.
I'm
No,
very lit right now.
I
I
was
don't
just
have a
gonna
filter.
say
You want to hear this shit? I'm
all
definitely
I
I'm
was
down.
out.
gonna
I'm off the
say.
alcohol.
All I was gonna say
Oh,
is
I'm
like
very much lit.
I was gonna say all I was
Wait,
gonna
where's
say
the
is that
cam?
I understand when
Fucking niggas.
people I understand when people kind of like uh kind of like not to say like to like measure like growth in a way, I guess, with like actual time passing, but what I was gonna say is like everyone's kind of built differently in the sense that they can handle social problems or just like any sort of like downsides differently, right?
Here's my cam.
You know what I mean? So I don't ever like I think a big thing that I have when I handle or not I don't want to say handle, that sounds weird, but like when I like I guess assess people is like almost like potential for growth, I guess. That's like one thing
Yeah.
that like I look for when I meet someone or I read off someone when I like get to know them, right? Is like that potential for growth, whether they're going to be a stagnant personality or whether, you know, they actually are going to try and make an effort. And as someone who struggles or and struggled, like no, I guess still struggles. Struggles is the proper word, I guess, but who still struggles with like motivation, with like very trivial things, with things even things I want to fucking do. Someone who knows that. I also understand that there are other people who are like who physically are still having to fight that inertia. I'm definitely someone who understands that like the hardest part of a change in life is making the steps to do it. No, I'm like I genuinely relate with people like that. I can genuinely understand where they're coming from because you know, one good example is my art, you know what I mean, I guess, in a very minor sense. Like I want to make comics, I want to tell stories, I want to get better at it, but like a fear of failure is super scary, you know what I mean? And that used to inhibit me a lot more than it does today, but like
Oh yeah.
it's about saying enough's enough. It's about truly wanting that change, you know what I mean?
Wait,
So
wait,
it's
hold up.
like
I deal with that
I
shit
think
all the
that
time.
I
What are you
think
trying to say,
that
Guardian? What?
each
I have
person
a question.
should be measured differently in that sense, but like
Go ahead,
what I was
bro.
trying to say is like like I don't always want to say someone's like unwillingness to change is purely high school shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I
Like we're
I
all
think one
adults.
big question I ask to
Wait,
genuinely see that is
can we
if
pause
they've
for a
Wait,
second?
wrap it up. Wrap it up, Zach.
hold on, yeah, I'm wrapping it right now. Is what I was saying is I think one big thing for whether I determine whether that's how John says is high school shit or not is a very simple question of like, do you recognize that you're the issue? Not to say like that sounds kind of fucked
No,
up.
exactly.
Not,
It's not
that sounds
fucked up.
kind of
It's
no,
not
That's not
fucked
fucked
up
up.
because a
no,
lot of people don't
I don't know.
realize it's
I
an
Wait,
personally
so
issue.
wait.
I
Okay,
personally
okay.
kind of fucked up. Hold on, let me finish there. But I personally think it's a little fucked up. But what I'm trying to say is like
No.
it's like I recognize, like, I think one big thing of maturity is like you recognizing the problem. So like when I say I recognize that me being afraid of failure leads me to inaction, and thus that becomes a problem because now I'm not going to succeed.
It's a fucking cycle.
No,
Exactly,
I
it becomes
really
a cycle.
understand that
It,
at
it
the
comes
same
down
time.
to recognizing
So
that
this is a
cycle
Self
or
question
that
I
self
have.
problem.
victim mentality is
This is
such
a
an
Self
issue.
question.
awareness.
Self
This
awareness,
is
self victimizing.
Yes. Yes.
I have a question. So
Go ahead,
what
bro.
the fuck are we talking about right now? Because
What?
we're talking about the aspect
Nigga,
of
Honestly, because
people.
I want
I
to
don't
wrap
know.
up this shit up and
I
go to
get what we're
sleep.
talking about,
Dead
but what are
ass.
we
shut
talking
the
about?
fuck up,
Okay,
Diego.
okay.
I'm so
So,
tired.
hold
I
up.
know.
I
Same.
think I can reestablish
I'm
ourselves.
very
I think I'm
pissed
taking
off.
command in this podcast. I guess what I'm saying is we were talking about love and
Yeah.
that arced off into I guess topic of relationships and people.
Yeah.
And
Okay, and then
coping and
that
coping.
and
That's
that
Trust.
led into trust and coping and problem solving. So I think all these things are still very tied together. I don't think we're too far off from our main
Yeah.
topic, because I could easily pull this back now and say, like, because we got to the topic of this whole idea of, like, kind of
Yeah, because I started off
this
this with saying that, like my idea of love was like a two-way street, right? It has to
yeah.
be mutual, which is all everything we're saying,
Oh, so
right?
then we just started just talking
Because
about
it's
relations.
the give and
Yeah,
take of two people, right?
Oh, okay.
With John and his
Yeah.
everybody fucking using John as a
It's like coping
therapy, yeah,
that's
mechanism.
exactly.
okay.
as
And
a,
I
But at the
was
same
saying
time,
I
whatever.
brought in
it's not like they're just coming to me. I literally will invoke the conversation because
yeah,
because all y'all
Everything is a
niggas
two-way
are on
street.
that shit where you're like, oh, I can't, I'm good until somebody asks you, and that's just mad weird to
No,
me. Like
I'm
you're a
good.
grown ass
Even
person.
I'm
Like
good.
what
Even
the
Nah,
when
fuck?
even
niggas
when they
ask me
ask
if
me, I
I'm
say
not,
I'm
bro.
all right, even though I'm
I
See,
lying.
hate
the
that.
thing is,
I really hate that shit because
I'm
at
not
the
gonna
same
blame
time,
you
like
for
you're never
hating
gonna
it.
deal with yourself if you can't be honest. Be
It's
honest with
not
yourself. If
okay.
you're
The
not
thing
gonna
is,
just
is
say that shit.
the how I see it is like the thing is not the fact that I can't be honest. It's just that me how I was being raised was just like at that point, it's just I got used to dealing with it myself. Like I never
Yeah,
had a
exactly.
problem
That's
with dealing with
fine.
myself.
Like dealing
yeah,
with your problems yourself is okay, but and when you need help, it is time to admit that you need
Yeah,
help.
I will go
yeah,
ask. Yeah, when I need help,
yeah.
I talk to my parents like when
Okay,
that
what
shit went
about your
down, or
niggas
close
though?
friends when that shit
I
went down.
I was just we got to this conversation because I talked about the idea of one-way streets with love, and how that, like, idea happens,
Yeah, and
because
I was using an example, and so I
Oh
spoke about
exactly,
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Pretty
and
much.
I
that's
wasn't
the
I
trying
have
to
whole
some.
use you.
thing.
The
But at the
thing
same
is,
time,
I
No,
John
wasn't
is
trying to
very
use
fucked
you as
up
an example
though.
in a bad way. I was just saying as like how I see like the whole idea of love is like I feel like
Everybody
it's
made John
just
an example, and I was just like, what the
because
fuck?
like to me you're the person that you you just breathe it
I
basically.
Dead ass go out seeking that shit
yes,
because
listen,
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
do.
saying.
That's me. That's
bleeding.
not the
And
personality that
that's
I
why I
have.
was trying to use you as example because the thing is I don't have a problem with it. It's just that how I see love is just like I it feels for me it feels like it's hard for me to reciprocate that shit truthfully. Now I feel
I
like if
don't
I'm
know. Okay,
I know that, but the thing is if I can't reciprocate that shit truthfully, I feel like I'm doing a disservice to my someone that I feel close to with.
I agree.
That's
that's
the thing.
okay.
That's why I feel taken aback when people say that oh Ganyu I love you. Even if someone I have known if niggas that I have known even longer than y'all when they say that shit like close family friends they say that shit I still feel some type of way because it's like in my head because like I
You're
feel
like
like
you
sometimes
don't
I feel
really,
like
nigga.
I'm sometimes I feel like I'm emotionless, bro. Like no cap. Like I feel like I can't really show that emotion
Okay.
specifically to other people, even sometimes to my parents. It's like and it feels fucking weird to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Cause
Because
like
you view
even in
it
I'm
as
gonna
my
a
say
And,
something
hold on. Let me
honestly.
explain this one.
go ahead.
You view it as a form of weakness.
not weakness. No, no. It's
Not
like it's not
necessarily.
weakness. It's just that I feel like sometimes like
You don't want
I
to feel like a
lack.
burden to other people. Like honestly, that's
You
Yeah,
super.
said I don't what?
You don't want to
burdens.
feel like
Yeah,
a burden to other people. Like once you feel like you open up to other people, you feel like you become a burden. You feel like your whole existence is just dumping on that person. That's not the truth.
Yeah, I
that's
think
that's what
that's
I
a
deal
little bit
with.
of it.
I don't
It's like
want
you,
to burden
one day you
people.
dump
That's
on
just
somebody and their
annoying.
whole existence is just to dump on them. Like oh damn, he's in the call. Okay, how you doing today? Did you know that I went through this trauma? Like fuck, that's your whole personality with them. Damn, it's just
Cause,
established.
cause
Like, and that's
that's
honestly
And
for
and
me.
it also has
I
to do
like
with the
I'm not tripping because I'm gonna say something real quick because everyone's like, oh, like John is the person to dump. John is the person because I go out seeking that because as a person who was the person who was saved by their friends,
Mhm.
that was very much me. I was like straight up, like I'm not even gonna lie to you, niggas. Like I'll stay by my friends. Like my family, they did very much the family thing where they spread their fucking drama through their family. What cool, whatever. My friends saved my ass. And so every day that I'm alive or like I'm like grateful to be alive or whatever the fuck, I would check on my friends. Because my friends were the ones who fucking checked on me. That's my fucking here today, nigga. Straight up. Like I was the gay nigga that was alienated my whole family. Like and my niggas kept me like straight up like you good, like check those niggas were checking on me. And that's why I'm here today. And that's why I push that agenda so fucking hard.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Straight
man.
up. Like if you want to be
I
real,
think
like straight up, like straight up. Like I'm not even joking on that shit. Like
I honestly think this is a
that's why I'm
good.
like that today. Like straight up.
I think this is a very good like kind of wraparound because I think it kind of shows how truly like interconnected all these ideas that we've talked about have
Like,
been. I
I
think it's
really
very
value
Cause
my friends.
like,
'Cause a lot of people think that when I say
I
like
was say
I love
something
you,
really
whatever the
dark.
fuck, that I'm being like fake or whatever. No, like I really love you, niggas.
It's not even
Like
that. I think it's.
I
I
don't
would
have
think
the
it's
I don't have
fake.
the guilt or the embarrassment for that shit. Like I straight up love
It's
you,
not
niggas.
even
Like
that
I
either.
tell
It's
y'all
just that
everything.
I want to.
Very open book.
If it's just that. If you know how Diego was saying that two-way street shit, I don't want to that shit to be a one-way thing. Is what I'm saying.
You don't want me to be like I love you,
Exactly.
and then like
I
we just
want
do
I want
that
to be
shit.
able to reciprocate that shit back. But the thing is, sometimes in my head, I just like I always think before I like feel most of the time. So sometimes in my head, if I'm not feeling that shit or some type of way, I feel like I'm betraying you as my close friend.
You
Cause
feel
Mhm.
like I'm the one putting out the energy, and you feel like you're not like the one
yeah,
person.
man, I
Like,
can't give it back,
Exactly.
and I
you
don't
can't
like the fact
reciprocate it
that I'm
because you
doing
don't feel
that.
like you're putting that as much effort.
I
It's not even
also
that it's
think
not even that I can't put up that much effort. It's that I literally can't like fucking
yeah.
like bring that shit out. Like
Yeah,
it's
because
Bro,
I
wow.
I think that kind of almost comes back to what I was saying when I was talking about like how I didn't want to be like, I never wanted to be. I'm always straightforward with people, because I don't want my shit to be misinterpreted. You know what I mean? Because I
Mm,
never wanted, I don't want to ever hurt someone that way. You know what I mean? I think that comes off very similar to what you're saying, Ganyu, because it's just like it's very much about that I guess clearness of intentions and feeling. You know what I mean?
and even now like now personally now no cap me being able to talk to y'all and meet with y'all niggas like to this day even with you John like you guys have helped me be able to feel like I can reciprocate that feeling towards other people
mm.
like actual like love for other people it'd be like be comfortable saying oh I love y'all my niggas and actually fucking mean it and I just say it just because they said it to me because
It's
I
not like just a word to you. It's a
it's
feeling
yeah
Yeah.
like the thing is I
that
don't
revokes
now
from it.
because like now I'm thankful for y'all being in my life because now I could say that word a lot more to other people around
You
me.
don't feel
So
uncomfortable
word,
towards them
it's
or
not even
group.
yeah, it's not uncomfortable and it's actually genuine when I say
I
it.
don't know. Like, okay,
It's
as a
like
person who said that shit first, like I feel like sometimes I force the agenda out of people or force the words out of people because a lot of them are people that are like very much like what's that the man thing where you're like super tough, like you're
I
raised
mean
tough, and you never get
messages.
to
not no like you're
it's like you never
restrained,
get
you're
to
restrained,
you're
you're restrained.
restrained, and like the
Yeah.
way that you were raised is that
The
you never
conservative
you're very
messages.
conservative like masculinity where you don't feel like you're able
Yeah.
to say those words like oh damn I'm saying I love these niggas like damn like no I'm tough like I got this shit I got myself no go to your
Well,
friend.
that's kind of how I was raised, right?
Oh,
Like we didn't weren't
I
my
wasn't
family. I mean, we were pretty
I
not
don't know.
close, but like
I
uh
feel like
physical. We weren't really super physical. We didn't like give a lot of hugs.
same.
It's just not like that. And like that shit even translated into my adult life. Like shit, we went to the beach party. Like Sarah said, like, oh wow, you don't really get hugs, right? Like
Uh,
whenever she went to give me, I'm like, I was like always off about it, right? I'm like, yeah, but like wow, I didn't really realize that. Like you guys are
that's so
really
bring
like
up
that. That's just weird to me.
more water.
And like
Yeah.
I got put off. Oh, I wasn't really put off, but like,
You were
wow,
like
this is
oh I'm
actually
shook.
no. I was like, wait, this is actually pretty nice. I'm
No,
like,
yeah,
fuck.
because high key, I think one big moment that stays close in my heart with like being at this school that I've been going to has been that like one time we were talking about kind of like social gender issues basically, and
Hmm.
one of them straight up asked me, it was like, how does it feel kind of like being a man in the sense where like you don't get to express those like physical affections among your friends as much. And I was like that hit home close to me because
Yeah,
like even though like I'm gonna be honest, I'm a mama's boy, okay?
same.
I'm gonna be clean. I'm a mama's
Nah.
boy. I love my mom. My mom spoiled my ass like rotten. I love my mom so much, okay?
Damn, I don't know what the
I owe
fuck. Go to
I owe
sleep.
I owe so much
Now
to
that
my
nigga's
mom.
awake.
This
What
nigga's
he's
awake
talking
for
about?
real, though.
And I love my dad too just as much. I don't ever want to like make my parents feel like they could be. I love my dad just as much, but my dad was always kind of like I think we talked about in our another episode of or other episode about kind of like positive traits about masculinity. About keeping personal things separate from like other aspects of your life. And I owe that all to my dad, but like I think that's one big thing that really like kind of like stuck with is like I guess that openness, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because it's like it's always kind of like looked down upon. It's almost frowned upon. It's shown as like a sign of weakness to show your emotion. But
But I personally think I've gotten better at it.
it's just
Like,
yeah. I'm glad. I guess I'm glad you have. It's just I feel like a lot of people are almost like scared to feel in a way, and I
I'm
think
just,
that's
I'm not
messed up.
scared to feel. It's just, I had a thought in my head earlier. It's just, oh fuck, what was I gonna say? I was, no, somebody talk over me because I'm trying to think what I was gonna
Okay.
say.
Lyric,
There's
Let's
I'm
like
let's help
typing
let's
it,
help you
though.
formulate real quick so we can kind of like wrap this up. This has
No,
been going
no,
on for actually an hour. Fuck.
I'm
true.
like,
Yeah.
You could actually what like just try and describe the feeling that
Like
you're feeling right now.
Wow, a
understand,
lot of words.
reciprocate.
I'm feeling down now, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not to that point where it's gonna be tragic. You know
Mm.
what I mean? But like, I'm scared to be in the position
To be
where
vulnerable.
no, 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 no. To be like, I don't feel. I currently don't feel like if I'm in a bad position, anybody's gonna chase after me.
Oh, you feel alone.
Almost like unwanted in a sense,
Kinda,
Like basically,
unfulfilled.
so basically, what you're saying is that people wouldn't blink an eye if you're gone type shit.
something like that, but not as deep.
Not as
Well, kinda.
dramatic in a
But
sense.
like, if you're slipping down, that nobody's there to pull you up.
Shit.
I think that kind of like I know what
Like,
you mean
I
because like I think the best way I describe it is loneliness, but like I also I understand where you're coming from because I wouldn't want to describe that as loneliness
I
either.
mean, it's pretty lonely. Straight
I
up, right?
personally wouldn't want to
I
describe
It's
that
think
as
it's
that's
something
loneliness.
like
like it's
that.
just.
But I see where you're coming from. I think I see where you're
I see where you're. I see what you're thinking, but that's like, damn. I don't even think lonely is the word
Bro,
for it.
is that
It's
hot
something.
pocket good?
That's something.
Yes, sir. This shit's good as fuck.
Is it like hot in one end and cold in the other?
Mm.
No, I'm a god at hot pockets. I learned these shit to the science. Anyways, I'll wrap us up since I'm gonna pretend to be the host and close us out.
Nigga, fuck out of here.
Nigga.
That's not even to sleep.
I'm typing how I feel. If you want to check out that shit,
All
just
I
right.
was just
fucking
I
go
was
for
just
it.
gonna
Alright.
say I think in conclusion, everyone views love differently and everyone processes issues differently. And it's completely okay to feel the way you do as long as you are self-aware on the fact that your actions and your feelings will affect other people. And I think that in all, as long as we have that self-awareness, that we can genuinely kind of feel the way we do and other people will understand that. I feel like that clarity and communication is what genuinely drives kind of like all emotion, all feelings, you know what I mean, that we have towards each other. And relationships will always be kind of complex, but at the end of the day, people will appreciate the connections they have in their life. And I
Oh
think that's a
yeah.
great way to sum everything up.
One last thing. Don't be afraid to get hurt. Give your best shot in life. Don't stay complacent. Move on up. Keep on trying. Some shit sucks. Some people are not gonna be there for you. Be there for yourself. Try your best. And that is I would like to thank our people today. The nigga Ron. The
The
nigga
Bro, where the
Diego.
fuck is Ron, bro? Like, I see his room bright as fuck and like coming through the windows. Like, this nigga's not.
Nigga, it's literally 7:30.
That's true.
Where are you, bro? Are you in the
He's in
DR?
fucking New York.
I'm in New
He's
York,
all-
Oh
nigga.
yeah, you're fucking like an hour ahead. Bro,
Bright as
it's
fuck.
2:30.
It's dark as shit.
Hey, yo,
Okay,
hold up.
okay,
I want to see
okay.
my windows, bro. Check this shit out, bro. It's straight up. It's straight up
Light.
light
Oh
coming
my
through
Bro,
and
I
shit,
ain't gonna
bro.
wake up until like 1
My
p.m.
like in my
Oh.
window, the lights are coming through, bro. It's still.
Damn,
it's
I had a
still
lot to
light
say.
enough.
Oh my god.
You got lots to say? Then say some shit.
Go
John.
ahead.
I
Close,
started
help,
with
help
of
close this
course,
out.
nigga.
Help
Yeah,
close us
help us
out,
close it
John.
out.
Okay, sure, fine.
We're doing conclusion statements right now to kind of like make
I'm
sense of
basically
everything
gonna
we've
say
said.
what the fuck I said in reserve course. As a
Typed it
person
in
who
reserve
was
course.
devoid, I typed in reserve course already. As a
Then
person
just
who's
read it out.
very devoid of
Why'd you guys
like
snap pictures of me?
fatherly love, I guess. I have a fatherly whatever the fuck complex. My father wasn't very like affectionate towards me, and that hurt a lot. Cause like if I'm feeling vulnerable or I'm feeling sad, that nigga would straight up like cuss at me. He would be like, "Oh, like damn, you're sad, you're a bitch." Like no, that's just toxic as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm here. The reason why I'm so affectionate and so like able to connect
You're
with you
trying to make
guys
up for
or
it.
try to talk to yes, exactly. Talk with you niggas is because
That's how I am.
I'm trying to make up for the time or the emotions that I lost. Because as an adult now, I'm very numb to a lot of the shit that happens to me. Like if something happens to me, like I'm numb. There's no other feeling. I'm just okay. I'll feel it a month later. Like the fuck is that? I don't want that shit. So I always value people's emotions and then when they feel about things like, oh, I'm sad about this. Like, yeah, sure. Let me pull you in call. Let me talk about it real quick. Let's talk to you. Because I didn't give that fucking opportunity. When I was emotional or something, I had to shut down because my dad would be like on my ass about that dumb shit. Like what? And so, very much so, I really value the emotions of my friends because I wasn't able to give the opportunity to fucking experience that shit unless it's in the presence of my mom in secret. Like, the fuck is that? That's very like what? So
It's kind of ass.
that's that's very much how I feel now. That's why I like as a person, I really value when my friends are emotional or vulnerable with me, and I take the
I
time to
think
talk to them about shit like that because
I
I didn't get
hope
to experience that shit. So
Actually,
I'm definitely gonna help you go through that shit.
actually,
Open up, cry on fucking camera. The fuck? That's
like
me.
actually, with you saying that, John, that actually remind me of another reason why I feel weird about the whole love thing. It's like
Oh
I
no.
think
Oh,
me growing up too, I had like an inferiority complex
very
type
much
shit.
so. Very much so.
Like I felt like I wasn't good enough. So like that also like an idea of someone being able to possibly love me, I didn't think that would be a realistic, how do you say, out,
Expectation.
yeah, thing that would ever happen. Cause like
Yeah.
I
damn,
just
someone cares for me like that, other than my parents or my siblings, I don't know about all that.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was straight up
Yeah.
thinking like, what the fuck is
So it's,
wrong with you? Thinking about me like
like
that.
it's
I
just
was
like
I was
That
because
actually
gonna
it's
say
like I didn't feel like I was good enough for like
That's
I
what
didn't
I
feel
think
like I was
about
good
most
enough
people.
either, nigga. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
type
Like
shit.
I didn't feel like I was good enough because I wasn't as masculine as my dad wanted. Dead
I
ass.
was just gonna say
As a very feminine gay person, my dad will be like, "Damn, your hands aren't hardened. Like, damn, you need to go back out there and cut the yard. Like, I don't need to see you with soft hands.
yeah.
Like,
I
damn,
was
is that
I
fucking
was
serious? The fuck? I gotta cut the yard. I gotta do this shit. I gotta help you with the car because my hands aren't soft. My hands are soft.
okay.
Like, damn.
I'm not gonna lie. That kind of fucked me up. That
Oh
shit was kind of
yeah, I
funny.
got a
That's
lot of shit to talk about my
terrible.
dad. And
That's
very much so.
actually
He
terrible.
said your hands are soft. No, let's go back out
That's
to the
some
fucking
shit,
backyard.
dude. That's
Mm.
actually some shit. Like, what
John
the
is
fuck?
very scarred. It's okay. But you know what? I'm evolving. It's okay. I'm evolving as a person.
I just hope to to anyone who's listening to this. I really hope it's clear that one of the biggest messages from this is just it's okay to feel things,
It's
and,
really
and
okay.
that's super important. And it's
Is it
okay to
really?
feel
I'm
things.
just kidding.
It's like the idea that it's okay to not be okay, and that there's always someone out there. Just recognize that it's a time in your life, and you can get through it, and there's
Oh
other
yeah.
people who are going through similar things, and there's people out there who are willing to help. I think that's one big thing that I think needs to be come across, like, I think, over everything, because we have multiple people here who have talked about how they feel inferior, and I feel like
Mm.
they talked about also how that's kind of like a point of growth for them, because they realize that they have people in their life who they can be air quotes vulnerable around, you know what
Yeah,
I mean? and
that's very
and
true.
that's super important, you know what I mean? we're
Honestly,
all
because
we're all
especially with
human.
male relationships, honestly, I
Exactly.
value my male relationships like super heavy. Like I value my female relationships, but females can get like really like into their shit like in 2 seconds. But males, like whenever I connect with my female male friends, like that shit feels like a really special place in my heart. It's because it's like I know that you wouldn't open up like that real easily. And the fact that I'm able to get there means a lot to me. And that's why I say I love you at the end of the day. Straight up.
Respect.
I'm done with my closing remarks.
That's
Ron,
my
where you at, bro?
Anyone else has any closing remarks?
Yo, closing
Ron's in the
remarks.
Say
daylight.
your piece right now, or
I have
else
so much shit
Um,
to say
what's
that
it
Ron's
can
called?
looking
go
like
into a
Wesley
million
Speak
Snipes'
tangents,
now
so
or
voice.
I'm gonna
forever
close
hold
that
your
shit.
peace, I believe, is the
Uh,
shit they say at the end of weddings. So yeah, I'm gonna say that shit right now. Speak now or forever hold your peace, bro.
Ron Diego, you're up. You got some shit to say.
you wanna go
No,
first,
I
bro?
don't have anything to say. I mean, I have a bunch of shit to say, but that's all on the back burner. I'm not gonna go into a million other tangents.
All right.
All right.
Sleep right now.
All I pretty much have to say is just my sum up of everything is end of the day, love yourself. Don't let yourself get shit on by yourself. Push forward to be a better you every day. Look back every day also. 'Cause, I think one of the most important things in life is being able to look back on your mistakes or look back on shit that happened and laugh about it if you can.
Big facts.
You have to be able to move forward with whatever occurred. A lot of people, like, I'm only gonna speak mainly for myself, but I know, at least for me as a Hispanic growing up in the hood, I feel as though this applies to a lot of fucking men,
Boricua.
a lot of men in America. It's like there's a lot of ways we're grown up, a lot of things we're taught, and a lot of those things we don't agree with in this day and age. And you're not obligated to follow those things. The thing you're obligated to do is fucking look back, think on those things, and fucking change them if you don't agree with them. That's what really matters.
Facts.
All right.
Well,
And with that, good night. Gonna let the
Hold-
bug bite and all that
Wait.
good shit.
wait, hold up. We still gotta say the niggas' names though. We gotta say the damn. Shout out to the nigga Ron.
Wait,
Ron,
were you recording?
Ron Marizer.
I've been recording this.
Shout out to the nigga Diego. Shout out to the nigga Pastor King John.
Oh my god.
Shout out to
for
the
like an
nigga
hour.
Zachary Bonaparte. Curly haired the second.
Bro, why the fuck you
What
calling
the fuck up, Bonaparte?
and I'm your host once again, Mamba Jack, aka the nigga with the long hair, Ganjubia's Prime,
Anjubis.
Long
AKA
hair. Where the
Ganyu.
fuck is this shit coming from, bro?
I don't fucking know, bro. You tell me.
With that light blue
Peace.
cyan do-rag.
Peace. End the recording. End the fucking recording. We're ending at the peace. No more after that. Peace.